G'day, shakers and groovers. How are you going today? It's been a big week, hasn't it? It's been a big 2 weeks. There's been a lot of talk about the Nikon Z. The last film I put out, woo, that was exciting. Biggest reaction I've ever had. A lot of people a little bit unhappy that I said I might want to get myself a Nikon Z to replace my Sonys. Each to their own, and we can all do our own things in life, and there's a very specific drill down reason as to why I am particularly interested, and it's reasons that lots of people might not be, but we all have our specific use case. I also said in that film, I love Sony, and I do. I think they're great. So I shoot Sony and I shoot Canon pocket cameras a few years ago when they were the best around. Of course, I've got my Nikons, which is my main shooting system. And of course, this segues nicely into why we're here today, because I also shoot this. This is a Hasselblad. Absolutely gorgeous piece of kit. 60 megapixels, medium format sensor, epic dynamic range. The glass on this thing is huge. And of course, we all remember, what is it, about a year ago, maybe a little bit more, DJI took a controlling interest in Hasselblad. And we all laughed. That would mean a flying Hasselblad. Flying. This thing is a brick. Like literally, I think it's exactly the same weight as a brick. Flying one of these. Well, DJI have actually done that with a sort of full-sized camera. Not quite this one, a different one. But that's a very expensive drone. Very expensive. So today, we are going to unbox. That's all we're doing today. So there's not an in-depth, not a review. The DJI Mavic Pro #2 Flying Hasselblad Edition. Flying Hasselblad Edition. Mental. DJI and drones have only become massive in the last, 5 years? Something like that. Slowly ramping, but like everybody knows, DJI are like the Apple of drones. If you had said 6 years ago, you'd have a flying Hasselblad in Australia, $2,299. I think in the States it's something like $1,500. People would have just laughed. So excited. Okay. It's a landing pad. Choice brew! But there it is there. A flying Hasselblad. It's a Hasselblad. For starters, what's mental about this is it's a Hasselblad that's not $10,000. So just to be able to get your hands on a Hasselblad, you know, certified, because they say on the website they've spent 2 years, Hasselblad and DJI, crafting this system. Not sure which bits are actually Hasselblads, that's not clear. I haven't done enough research because this is just an unboxing. But the fact that they've got their name on there, obviously it's got the Hasselblad colours. And what's super exciting about this, and of course you can check out my Phantom 4 Pro video here, is that this camera is better. Clearly it's better. The footage I've seen, the 10-bit, the Hasselbladness, the color space, this is better than the Phantom 4 Pro Plus. So for not quite half the price, 2/3 of the price, you are getting superior optics, and you're pretty much getting you're getting everything else the Phantom 4 Pro can do. And let's face it, at the end of the day, the most important part of a drone camera is the camera. As long as it's got the sensors and it doesn't crash all the time, this is the most important part. Super pumped that at this price point, you can get the best drone money can buy, which is the DJI's, absolutely the best. The Mavic, from my perspective, is clearly the best all-rounder, travel, use it anywhere, keep it in the back of the car drone. Clearly, I really wanted to get one, but I didn't want that small sensor. Now this is a 1-inch sensor. That's epic, that's awesome. I wish they'd put the Hasselblad and the zoom together. That's my only annoyance with this drone, but of course, they can do that in the next iteration. So, wow, 4K, 10-bit video, great dynamic range. We've got log. And just while we have some unpacking music, you can admire here some of my publications. This is my Melbourne book, 128 pages of Melbourne photography goodness, and my journal here. Just some of the publications you'll see that I create. Well, it's one part of how I'm making a living as a photographer, is publishing books, as well as professional photography. DJI do want to be Apple. I'm quite confident of it. There's so much they do. They take their cues from Apple, which is a beautiful thing. Now, the thing about drones is, just while I get this off, is how often do we use them? You know, we've all got this amazing technology in the sky. And the other thing that's happening here where I live is they're really restricting how and where we can fly. So it's one thing to think about when buying a drone. And if you want to do it for professional work, then here in this country you need permits and you need to, it's like $500 an hour in order to just be able to do it, and you have to block off areas and keep people 30 meters away. You can't do spontaneous fog photography if you've got to organize it a month in advance. So, a bit disappointing. Can do it up a mountain, of course. That's not my main interest. Anyway, here we are, the unboxing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So obviously we have the controller. We have the unit, the Mavic itself. Oh, it's an adapter, USB to USB. Every cable you'd need to plug in the drone to itself, plug in the phone to the controller, paperwork, and propellers. Oh, did you see my t-shirt here? It says, loud, shiny thing goes super fast, boom. I think that's appropriate for a drone. I used to have, what would it have been? Probably from about 2001 to maybe 2008, just for fun. It was really so I could buy cheaper Apple computers. I ran what was called an Apple solution reseller. So I was actually a reseller of Apple computers, and our business was called Rocket Factory because we kind of thought apples were fast. That was the rockets. Anyway, we made these t-shirts for that. And in 2006, I went to Macworld to see Steve Jobs and do the keynote in 2006. And that was the awesome keynote where Steve Jobs said, for the last almost 10 years, we've been making Mac OS on both PowerPC and Intel. And today we're announcing the change to Intel. And that was almost as an epic a day as the announcement of the iPhone, which was a year later. So I feel very privileged to have been there that year, wearing my Rocket Factory t-shirt, being a big nerd and having some fun. Here's some pictures of Steve that I took. Anyway, back to the unboxing. This is the power cord with what feels like a nice Velcro strap to wrap around it. Nice idea, thank you very much. Wow, I love how they do so many in parallel. What is that, 8 or 10? Has another charging port out. Obviously can do the battery and the controller at the same time. That is so sweet. Sweet, bro, sweet. And that's the controller. We all know what they look like, so I don't need to unfurl that. And then of course the pièce de résistance. The pièce de résistance of the unboxing, of course, is the drone himself. Here he is. And look at that. Amazing. I love this. This is very space 1999. A big dome to protect it. Love it. Sensors. Even got landing lights. How cool is that? So I can land in the dark. And as a photographer, the part that for me is most epic is this camera right here on the front that says Hasselblad on it. And the fact that it says Hasselblad, and you can do it for like $2,000 here in this country, versus a camera like this, which is new with a lens, is like $50,000, $60,000, versus Hasselblad. Amazing. This is an amazing value. It's already clear to see with the footage online. It's coming out beautifully. It's better than the Phantom 4 Pro Plus. So if you want to get beautiful pictures and go for a fly, wide dynamic range, shooting in low light, this is the drone for you. If you want to be able to zoom, I think probably the better kind of travel drone of the two, you know, give or take, because zooming is kind of helpful, then I think the zoom version is maybe the go, but it's still got the smaller sensor. I'm very confident we're going to see a Phantom 5 very soon, and I'm pretty confident we'll have detachable lenses. Seeing as this is now better than that, that's the only next step they could do other than put a larger sensor on there, which I don't think will happen. It's a very exciting time in photography with mirrorless and what Nikon's doing and what Canon is maybe doing soon. Very exciting. And it's a very exciting time in drones with, well, pretty much what DJI keep doing. They don't have a lot of strong competition. There's a few people nibbling around the edges, but these guys are doing a great job of iterating themselves and continuing to bring us new and exciting product every year. So we'll go fly with this sometime soon. I look forward to showing you that. Thank you so much for watching today. As always, it's been so wonderful to see you. If you like this video, please like, please share, and please subscribe. And I look forward so much to seeing you on the next one. Look after yourselves, and I can't not, but with a drone, end on. Fly me to the moon. I want to swing amongst the stars. Let me know what. See you later. Life looks like on Jupiter and Mars. Da da ba da ba 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 ba.